Are your tax dollars funding the Mobile County Sheriff's campaign? Come on back, let's find out. Campaign merchandise is commonly used during every single election. Candidates distribute items to build name recognition, and by law, campaign materials in Alabama must include a disclaimer stating they were paid for by the campaign or funds of that campaign. That is a law. Look at these bags, these purple bags. Recently, these purple bags displaying the sheriff's name and the sheriff's office or emblem, or the logo, if you will, have been distributed throughout the county at local stores, beauty shops, and community locations. These items do not include the required campaign disclaimer. When campaign-style items lack a disclaimer, it raises serious questions and concerns. Were those items purchased with county taxpayer funds instead of campaign funds? Well, let's be clear. Distributing promotional items is not necessarily illegal unless it can be proven they were used specifically for campaign purposes by using tax money to pay for them. However, distributing merchandise bearing the sheriff's name or logo during election season without a campaign disclaimer creates the mere appearance that public funds may be supporting a political campaign. Even if it is technically legal, the issue still raises concerns of accountability and ethics. Look at these coolers. Coolers bearing the sheriff's name and logo have been commonly used to be passed out by the sheriff on what is commonly known as Executive Day at the sheriff's office. This is more than likely a political event. The city of Mobile did it too with politicians and certain leaders in the community. And while it may not necessarily be illegal, it could be construed as just a political function of the sheriff's office. That's at least what they'll tell you. But I have to tell you that to do it during campaign season is disingenuous. Not uncommon for these political events. But again, we have to question the timing. During campaign season gives the appearance that these items are being passed out, being paid for by taxpayer funds, is for the campaign itself. Are these executive donors that are attending these executive days, or these politicians? We simply do not know. No disclaimer indicates they were paid for by taxpayer dollars, but used simply for the campaign. It is my understanding these coolers were even stored inside the Mobile County Sheriff's Office or the property room. That suggests these were funded by county taxpayers because the law would prohibit any type of campaign swag to be stored on county, city, or government property. If taxpayer dollars were used to purchase and distribute these items, that raises real concerns about proper use of county funds, budget accountability, especially amid overtime spending concerns, not only this year, but in past fiscal years with the sheriff's office, and whether or not public resources are being used for political benefit for the candidate or the incumbent. Public officials should always operate above reproach. That just simply means even the appearance of wrongdoing. If it looks wrong, we probably shouldn't be doing it. Even if something falls within a legal gray area, that does not make it appropriate. Here are a few more pictures from Team Sheriff's website. This is on his page for the world to see. I mean, nobody gave them to me. It appears that, these people are gearing up for Mardi Gras. Was your money used to fund at the expense of the sheriff? Was your money used for the campaign season under the pretense that it was the sheriff just passing out trinkets, if you will, during Mardi Gras season? As voters and taxpayers, you must decide, is this acceptable stewardship of public money? I'm a citizen first, as I told you before, ever before I was a police officer or even a chief of police. I'm appalled that my money is being used for anyone to throw trinkets or any item of value at Mardi Gras. If elected, I commit to you that I will not use taxpayer funds to purchase promotional items during election year to influence voters. Campaign expenses should be paid by campaign funds, not by the public. After all, the sheriff has raised a lot of money from the old Mobile political machine. You can see that for yourself on the Secretary of State's webpage. That fact alone should invoke the question as to why have they gotten behind him? Some will say and continue to say that I cannot get along with anyone, or politicians or people of influence, power, and certainly in political office. That is the sentiment that James Barber and Sandy Stimpson have orchestrated ever since my departure from the city of Mobile. Even the sheriff has used those talking points in group meetings and events on the campaign trail. I suppose he thinks maybe that maybe hurts my credibility. But as I have shown you before, take a look at just a few of these small details, and you can determine who gets along better with politicians and who don't. The first one, as you can see, is calling out those with Marine Police, which is a state organization. I understand the concerns, but we should be working with our colleagues, not blasting them. Look at the Halloween antics. Is that acceptable? Now we need that same community to help us solve a crime. Look at this one here that he made one night about Mitch McConnell, one of the sitting U.S. senators. And then, of course, let us not forget about calling out one of the judges. But I will admit, I cannot go along to get along with corruption or improper conduct. If elected, I serve you, the people. So then why are all these people fighting so hard against little old me? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I cannot be bought, I cannot be intimidated, and the old Mobile machine knows that. They only want to endorse or support people who can be controlled and who get in line. They are not behind the current sheriff because he is or is not doing a great job. They are behind him because, like most people who seek their money, power, and influence and approval, ultimately bow down to their commands. You, as citizens of Mobile County, have more power than you possibly know. But you have to get registered to vote. I'll put a link up with the Secretary of State's webpage so you can go directly there. It takes you all of about 2 minutes to get registered, and the county will send you a voter card. A vote for me is a vote for integrity, law, and order. That's a fact. That's a promise. My friends, thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you again on the next program. God bless.